can see me. Everything's fine. Do I need to back up?
That's good.
Hi, everybody. My name is Renee Gordon, and I'm one of the teaching laboratory specialists for the University of South Florida, Department of Chemistry. Here, we're going to start our virtual tour. Right here is the office where all of our specialists and OPS sit down and do any clerical work that needs to happen. We have a couple printers, we have all the computers, and they're all linked up into the university so we can get that stuff done. As you follow me into this room, this is the room before we get into the lab and the stock area. This is where we keep all of our equipment and all of our glassware. Everything is labeled in the front so we know where we can get our stuff. We keep our glassware, our pipettes, anything the students may need as far as backup. Let's say they break a beaker, we come in here to come get it. We also have a rack over here where all of the workers and also some of the TAs keep their PPE. So we have our gloves, our lab coats, our scrub pants, and our goggles in this area right here. So we get dressed before we walk past into the stockroom and the lab. Here we have the stockroom. This is where all the lab personnel will sit in case any of the students need anything, then we hand it to them. We have 4 separate rooms that are in this location, and then the stockroom is in the middle. As we walk through here, each stockroom is equipped with their own equipment as well. So we have our glass disposal box. We have a gas tank over here for when we need to make any dry ice. We have our scales, our balances, and our pH meters in here. And the most important part is the SAA area. So this area is where we keep all of our hazardous waste. Everything that's filled and everything that's empty is in this location. So whenever our chemicals are filled in the waste containers, EH&S comes and picks it up. Next, we're gonna move into one of the classrooms. Before we get into the classroom, this is our fume hood. And on each fume hood, anytime we have any chemicals in there, we make sure that we put a work in progress sign up with the current date and the initials for the person that is doing the work inside the hood. Here we have one of our classrooms where the students and the TAs spend most of their time. We have the entrance over here that is equipped with all of our safety equipment. We have our glove station. We have our fire blanket, our fire extinguisher, our safety shower, our eye wash, and our spill response center. On the opposite side, we have our emergency lockdown button. In case of an emergency, all they have to do is open this up and push the red button and all the doors will lock down. In each of the lab areas, there's 4 sinks that are equipped with gloves for washing their glassware. They have brushes and they also have paper towel dispensers and an eye wash at each station. All of our eye washes are removable and can be extended out in case they do need to wash the chemicals out of their eyes instead of them having to lean over into the sink. We also have 4 vacuum pumps in the room, 2 in the front and 2 in the back for when the students do have experiments where they have to filter anything out. One of our responses for COVID is our sanitation kits. Each room is equipped with a box filled with gloves, paper towel, hand sanitizer, and a natural cleaner. So after each class, the students are required to wipe down all of their stuff, including the table and the sinks, and clean all their glassware and make sure that they hand sanitize their hands before they leave. In the front of each of the rooms, we have our fume hood. The fume hood has the chemicals inside of it, and it also has the hazard waste containers. When the classroom is in use, you'll see the chemicals in there, as well as the waste containers on the secondary base that's inside of it. Next to the fume hood, we have our glass disposal box, and then we have a PPE basket, and also a regular trash bin. When the students are doing their experiment, they each have an individual fume hood at their tables. Each fume hood has a stir plate and a hot plate inside of it, as well as this blue tray for them to put their equipment on. They also have their own computer for when they have to hook up anything to the computer. Let's say they're doing special photometry, they have that in the room as well, and they hook it up to the computer and they can do their experiment. On the opposite side of the fume hood, we have the oven. The oven is in use for certain experiments, but the TAs are only allowed to turn it on if they notify the lab personnel. So we make sure that we turn it on and we turn it off for them to avoid any incidents. In the middle of the room, we have a TV. Therefore, the whiteboards and the TV are accessible for the TA in case they need to show the students anything. All they have to do is hook it up and they can display it on the screen so everybody in the room can see. The last thing that we have in each room is the safety area in the back. So we have one in the front, and in the back we have another safety shower and another eye wash. So in total we have 2 full stations, and then we have the eye washes at each of the sinks as well.